Hey, it's Julie Jameson, your interior decorator, helping aligned women create unique spaces using astrology and wellness inspired home decor. So, if you're looking to redecorate your home or decorate your home or just create a lively, unique space, and you're looking for an innovative way on how to do that using your birth chart and other wellness modalities, then I'm going to put a link down below on how we can work together, and you can click on that link and get more information on how we can get started. Today's video is a juicy one like all the others, but it's a juicy one because today we're going to be talking about decorating your home and how that impacts your mood, your well-being, your anxious mind, and all the things. Although I'm not a mental health clinician, I have my own experience with mental health. As someone who lives every day with depression and anxiety, I get it. So I wanted to give you some ways on how you can allow for your environment to help support you through your mental health journey. And of course, this doesn't take the place of therapy, of meeting with a professional and things like that. These are just other things you can have in your toolkit to support you in your mental health journey. And as someone who lives with depression and anxiety on a daily basis, I'm always trying to fill up that toolkit with as many tools as possible to keep me on the right path so that I don't detour and go down the dark black hole of depression. And one way is lighting. It's typical that people usually don't have enough lighting in their space. I see it time and time again with clients where they just have that overhead main lighting in one room, and that is not enough lighting. And one of the things that really helps to really increase your mood and get you on the positive path is being in a space that is well lit. And we'll get into colors in a minute. Colors, depending on what makes you feel good, is what you should always go with. So if black makes you feel good, if burgundies make you feel good, then I always say go ahead and go that route. I don't want to go down the stereotypical route of, oh, only light colors and like Easter egg. No, because that's not for everybody. Before we get into colors, I wanted to focus a little bit on lighting. So like I mentioned, that overhead lighting that you have above here is never enough lighting to adequately light a room. You're gonna need at least 3. So it's usually that main source of lighting, which is your overhead lighting, recessed lighting, things like that. And then you always wanna have some sort of lighting to help you with whatever task you are performing in that space, whether that's reading, working, watching TV. You see here that I have a side lamp here in this seating area in my bedroom, and that's because me and my husband like to sit here. We'll work on our laptops, or we'll just read a book, or we'll be on our phones just lounging. Instead of turning on the main lighting up on top, we can have that task lighting that'll help us perform that task that we're trying to perform. And then you can have other lighting to help set the mood, like candles or a wall sconce and things like that. But having adequate lighting in your space is key to helping you really uplift your mood and staying up here instead of like really, like I said before, going down that dark black hole that we all know too common if you've dealt with depression before, what that feels like, and it doesn't feel good. So we're trying to avoid that as much as possible, and this is one way to do that. Another way to do that is to really allow as much natural light as possible into your space. You don't know how many times I've gone into like clients' homes or prospects' homes, and it's like one of the common decorating mistakes that I see is people not hanging their curtains adequately. That's the common mistake, is they hang them way too close to the window frame. And what happens is when you open up your curtains lay on top of your window. So you have about anywhere from 2 to 5 to 6 inches of window that you're blocking from the sun. So it's always a great rule of thumb to hang your curtain rod at least anywhere from 6 to 12 inches away from your window frame, so that when you open your window curtains, or your curtains, I should say, they lay on the side of your window. So in other words, they frame your window. And then once they're open, you get all that natural light in, and it will do nothing but impact your mood in a positive way, because sunlight, if you know anything about the sun, I love me the sun. I always hear people talk about the moon and the moon phases, but to me, the sun is so powerful. It has so many healing modalities and I don't even know what to call it. It's just amazing. A second thing that I would suggest is going with double curtain rods, which is what I have here, which allows you to hang two separate curtains on one window. When you want to allow that sunlight in, you can open that first panel, which you see here is green. And then at the bottom, it's a more, like a lighter, it could be linen, it could be whatever kind of material you want, but just a lighter type of fabric that allows more sun to come into your space. That's a great thing to do during the winter months when you still want to make sure that your home is warm and cozy, but you want to allow as much sunlight as possible in there. So I'll also drop a link on some double curtain rods that I use here in the house that I love. Another thing that would really help, having a clutter-free home. One of the things that just sucks when you are in a depressive state is you have no energy. There's a lack of energy. You don't have energy to get out of your bed. You don't have energy for anything. It's like all you want to do is sleep and be under the covers, and I get it. I've been there. Having a clutter-free home not only helps lift your mood, but it eases your anxiety, because when you get rid of clutter and you get rid of all that stagnant energy, and I have a whole video on how I broke down how clutter impacts your mental health and how it impacts your space, and how it actually correlates to spirituality. So I'm gonna link that below for you to watch it, and I'll try and see if I could put a card up here. And it could be just something as simple as folding and putting away the laundry. And I am someone who hates to put away laundry. My husband will tell you my laundry will sit there for weeks. It'll be clean and it'll just be there, because to me it's just at the bottom of the list. Like, it just is. Again, I'm speaking from experience. So if it's something that you can't tackle as far as something like a big project like a closet, then start with like the surfaces in your home, your dining table, your coffee table, and just getting rid of things that you don't use, getting rid of things that you don't need, decluttering, and then organizing things so that you're able to find them quickly, which helps to ease your anxiety, because it's not another open tab in your head of like, oh my God, where are the keys? Where did I put that piece of mail? I know I put this here. I know I put this there. Where is it? And then your mind is just going in circles, and that does not help when you're an anxious person. Something that works for you, that allows you to find the items in your home easily, is going to be a great way to lift your mood and ease your anxiety. The wellness practice that is really just has been life-changing for me is incorporating plants into your home. Trust me, I was never like a plant person until like a few years ago, but even if you try to get like the easiest plant possible to care for, plants have such wellness benefits to the environment and to your home, because they help to clean out the air in your home. They help to combat toxins in the air. They purify the air in your home. Another great thing, or another great tip that I want to share with you, is incorporating mirrors into your home, because mirrors are another great way to increase the lighting in your space and to make your space feel brighter and airier and make it feel bigger than what it really is, because indeed it does trick the eye and help, or just make you think that your space is way bigger than what it is. And so when we're in a bigger space, we can just breathe better, right? We can breathe easier, and it just really helps to lift your mood. So whether you want to go with a big floor mirror or you want to do a gallery wall of mirrors, completely up to you. But mirrors just really attract light, and they bring natural light into your space, which allows your space to feel lighter, to feel airier, and to feel bigger. So in addition to that, I wanted to give you some easy tips, like easy little changes that you can do in your home to help lift your mood. And these are super easy, because again, I know that when you're in your depression stages or your anxiety episodes and things like that, it's really, really hard for us to tackle anything big, because either it's too overwhelming or we just don't have the energy to do it. Trust me, I've been there. So I'm going to give you some easy things that you can do that'll help ease your anxiety or help you to lift your mood. And so the first one is so easy. It's one of my favorites, is rearranging your furniture. It takes no money. It's literally you and your manpower and someone who can help you move around a sofa here and there, a chair. Literally just find a new layout for your space. And I promise you that it'll make you feel like you're in a brand new room. And so just figuring out like how your room can function better, or a better placement for your sofa, for your coffee tables, for your side tables and things like that. It will instantly, I promise you, change your mood, because with that change of energy, I don't even know if I could put it into words. When the energy in your home changes, it impacts you in such a beautiful way. Another easy one is switching out the pillow covers of your throw pillows. Like over here, these are pillow covers that come with a zipper. Some of them come with buttons. You can easily just buy new ones. Really give your room a nice makeover. Give it a brand new look. It's like a little mini facelift, like a little Botox or whatever for your space. And it'll really help to change up the mood and the energy in your space. And that in exchange changes your mood for the better. Another great one is either switching out your artwork or getting new artwork for your space. And one of the cheapest ways to do this is to go for poster artwork, because it's just the cheapest solution. It's quick, it's easy. You don't have to go get your artwork framed at a professional framing place. It's just super easy. You can get them off Amazon, Etsy, and so many other places. Another easy one is if you are someone who is into plants or flowers, then just changing up the plant pots in your home or the vases that house your flowers, with something that's a different material, different color. Maybe you're trying to go for a whole new color scheme and you're really feeling a little more energized than most who are in a depressive state. Go for something that is in a completely different color than what you're used to. It could be a different texture, a metal, whatever it is that draws your attention. But switching out the plant pots in your space is another great way to give your environment a boost, which and then will boost your emotional state. Get new curtains. It could be in a different color. It can be in a different material. Maybe you want to try the double rod trick that I showed you earlier. Just by fixing the way you hang your curtains, or even just switching out the curtains in your space, is a game changer. And every time I have shown people how to hang curtains properly in your space, and that's not even talking about changing the curtain, it's just actually hanging your curtains correctly in your space, it feels like you're in your brand, like you are in a brand new room. I promise you, it feels like you are in a brand new space. So these are all some easy tips that you can go ahead and incorporate in your space, because like I always mention, home decor is way more than just aesthetics. Like, our environment really impacts our mood, it impacts our well-being, it impacts how we move throughout life, because our home is meant to support us. It's meant to just really be there to guide us through life, to just support us on this life journey, allow us to feel comfortable and let our hair down and be ourselves in our space. So our home is just way more than aesthetics, is way more than beauty, which of course is important because your room, should look nice. But it's so much more based on the colors, the textures that you select, the style that you go with. It all impacts our mood, it impacts our well-being, because if we are spending time in a space that brings us joy, brings us peace, brings us ease, we're unstoppable. There's nothing that we cannot do. And it is just the most amazing experience to experience, is how I will say. Our environment is important too, and having as many tools as you can in your toolbox to help you thrive in this crazy, could this world be any crazier at the moment? But we're not even going to talk about that. But just to help us navigate this crazy world that we live in now, the more the merrier. So I leave you with that. So I cannot wait to see you in the next video. And if you love the tips in this video, please share this video with your friends. Give it a like, drop a comment. Let me know what was that one tip that you're going to take away and actually incorporate in your space. I would love to hear all about it. And until the next video.